Yeah, I don't know. But what did you want to talk to me about?
Oh, I want to talk to you about what I was thinking about the other day. It's about mirrors. Remember I was telling you about mirrors?
What about them?
I don't know. I just feel like every time when someone thinks about mirrors, they think about, what they don't like, what they see, their reflection, what they're not really happy or proud of.
Well, what do you think about then when you look at them?
I guess I think more of like the journey about how you should be happy with what you see in the mirror. It may not be what you want to see right now, but it's always a progress. Like it's always a work in progress when you look in the mirror. I think a lot of times we look at the mirror, we're automatically thinking, this isn't what I want, this is what I want to look like. I don't look like her, so I'm not that pretty, or I don't look like him, so I'm not that like buff, or whatever the case may be. I think over the years I've learned, just to be happy with who I am now and to work towards a goal. Yes, that's important, but the journey is everything. Looking in the mirror and being happy and content with where you are now, because you can't go from A all the way to C. Like you have to go B, then C, then D. You have to take those baby steps in order to get to the end goal. So I think when I look in mirrors that I try and be happy with what I see. It may not be exactly what I want at the moment, but I think if you're content and you're happy in your heart about who you are and what you look like, and you're working towards it, you'll have a lot better attitude, and your mindset will be a lot better throughout the day.
Well, how do you change that though? Like, I mean, I feel like I always look in the mirror and I always think like the same thing.
I don't know. I think you look in the mirror and you think, instead of looking at all the negative, you need to look at some of the positive. So instead of thinking about one thing that you hate, you'll probably still think about it automatically, because that's going to be your reaction, because that's what you're used to. But maybe think about one thing that you like or that you love about yourself instead. It doesn't have to be physically. It could be spiritually. It could be mentally. You could be like, well, I maybe not like this, but I do love this about myself. I am pretty funny. You can think about something like that.
But have you ever felt like that? Like, have you ever felt like you weren't like good enough?
Yeah, I think every single human has always felt inadequate or like unworthy of certain things, or like unvalued. I think that's just like a general human emotion that we all feel. At least once in our life. We may not feel that we're pretty enough, or that we're smart enough, or that we're talented enough, or that we're gifted enough. But I think that's where you have to come in and tell yourself that you are all those things, that you are already pretty enough, you are already valuable enough, you are already talented and smart and all those things. And if people don't see it, then maybe you don't need them in your life, or you don't need to be around them. As long as you see it and you know your worth, then like that's all that matters.
Yeah, I understand that. It makes sense. But just like, it's like hard,
Of course, it's hard. It's not going to be easy. It's really hard. When I was younger, I used to suffer with like self-image issues. Like I used to be kind of chubby, so like I would always get teased, and like it took me a long time to like get here, in the mindset that I am, not body wise, but like the mindset that I am, of like looking in the mirror and saying like, okay, yeah, you may not like X, Y, and Z, but like look how far you've come, look at all the progress you've made. Or even it's hard for me even now, like taking a day off, or like eating like bad or something, without like putting that back on me and saying like, oh, you shouldn't be eating that, you shouldn't be looking at that, or you shouldn't be feeling that, you shouldn't take a day off from the gym, or blah blah. But like that's where you have to like recognize that you're doing that to yourself, that no one else is telling you that, but you're telling yourself that, and it's like making you feel some type of way. And that's where you have to take the step back and be like, you know what, no, like I can enjoy my food without feeling regret. Like I can actually go to the movies, or like lay down or just rest without feeling like I need to go somewhere, I need to do something, I need to go to the gym, I need to always be working on this. Because a lot of times we forget that resting is also growing too, that you need to take a step back and like just not think about it, just relax. I think a lot of time we're always on the go, or there's always something on our mind that we just, you know, keep going and going and going until like we're completely exhausted, and then we're unhappy, and then with our unhappiness comes all these negative thoughts, because you can't be happy with a whole bunch of negative thoughts. You're just gonna be more frustrated and more sad, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it hard.
I see. Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Everything makes sense. Like, it's just like I said, it was just kind of hard. But I mean, you seem like you understand it all.
I don't understand it all. I don't know about all that, but I have like a better understanding now than I did when I was younger. I think everybody has their own story of what they've been through, and no story is told exactly the same or is, you know, repetitive or twice. But I think if you have a story and you believe it's important that, you know, you share it, or you share your struggles even though it's hard, so that way other people can grow or learn like you did. You know, it's not cool if you have all this wisdom and you keep it to yourself. It doesn't help anybody, you know.
Yeah. But, no. Okay, well, I'm glad you talked to me about it.
I'm glad you asked me. I'm glad I remembered, so.